Hey, let's talk about something that causes so much hidden pain in our lives, in our families, in our relationships. It's this kind of blindness, but it's one we don't even realize we have. And breaking free from it, it's one of the most powerful things you can ever do for yourself.
This right here. This quote is the whole thing in a nutshell. It's this idea that what you see and what you feel is the absolute 100% truth of a situation. But, and this is the important part, it's a trap.
I mean, you know this feeling, right? You get into a fight with your partner, or you have a disagreement with your parents, or that classic misunderstanding with a sibling. It feels like you're not just on a different page, you're in completely different books. You're both talking about the same event, but the stories you're telling are worlds apart. That's exactly what we're digging into.
Okay, so let's get into the why. Why does your version of reality feel so incredibly solid, so undeniable? Well, it's because every single one of us is seeing the world through a completely unique, personal lens. Think of it like a custom filter over your eyes that you've had your whole life. To you, that filter is reality.
And this lens, it's built from all this invisible stuff that makes you, you. We're talking about everything from your childhood, any past traumas you've been through, to the beliefs your family handed down to you, and the pressure from society to fit into a certain box. All of these things are like the bricks that build the tunnel of your reality. And that is precisely why two people can experience the exact same thing and walk away with completely different stories.
So this slide right here shows the gap perfectly. Let's look at the fact. The simple, objective fact is your sibling didn't call on your birthday. That's it. That is the only thing that actually happened. But the story you immediately attach to that fact, they don't care about me, see? That story is what creates all the suffering. Meanwhile, there are other equally possible stories. They're swamped at work, or they're planning a surprise. And those stories create completely different feelings.
And that's the crucial point. The pain, the anger, the hurt, it's rarely caused by the event itself. It's almost always caused by the interpretation, the meaning, the story your mind instantly slapped onto it. Getting this, really getting this, is the key that unlocks the prison door.
And make no mistake, this isn't just some philosophical idea to think about. This blindness has real, tangible consequences that can quietly sabotage your life and your happiness day after day.
You know, when you're convinced your reality is the only one, it can absolutely destroy relationships because you literally stop being able to see things from your partner's side. It traps you in your own pain, making you replay old hurts again and again. And what's worse, it makes you incredibly easy to manipulate because anyone who comes along and confirms what you already believe, well, they can lead you anywhere they want. So, the big question, right? How do you escape this prison if you don't even see the bars? Thankfully, there is a way out, and it's not about getting rid of your perspective. Not at all. It's about understanding that it's just one of many. The escape starts with a really simple but profound shift in your thinking. And this right here brilliantly illustrates the key. Just feel the difference. The first statement, this is truth, it's a closing door, it's final. But the second one, this is how it looks from where I stand, well, that's an open window. That simple switch instantly makes you more humble, more curious, and a whole lot emotionally smarter. You know, there's actually a name for these automatic, unhelpful stories we tell ourselves. Psychologists call them cognitive distortions, and they're just predictable glitches in our mental software. Think of them like common thinking traps that our brains fall into all the time. Just learning to spot them is a massive leap forward.
This one is a classic. It's called emotional reasoning. The logic goes, well, I feel it, so it must be true. But it's not. I want you to remember this like a mantra, okay? Write it down if you have to. A feeling is not a fact. A feeling is just a visitor. You don't have to let it move in and take over your whole house.
Now, mastering this whole mindset isn't just some small life hack. It's actually part of a much bigger philosophy about building real, unshakable inner strength. Thinkers like Nietzsche talked about this stuff all the time, this lifelong challenge of becoming the master of your own mind and your own life.
This is the internal work, right? This is the stuff nobody else sees. It's about fighting your own laziness and your own fear every single day. It's about facing hardship not as a curse, but as something that can actually sharpen you, like steel. And it's about taking everything life throws at you, the good, the bad, all of it, and deciding to use it as fuel for your journey. And that inner strength, well, it leads to outer wisdom. This is how you carry yourself in the world. It means you become who you are, instead of just living a borrowed life based on what society or your family expects of you. You start to question that herd mentality instead of just blindly following along. And maybe most importantly, you cultivate humility, because you understand that true intelligence is knowing you only see one small piece of a much, much bigger picture. Okay, this all sounds great, but how do we actually practice it? How do we make it real when we're in the moment? Here is a simple, concrete mental workout you can do anytime you feel that rush of anger or sadness or frustration. Just walk through these questions, seriously. First, state the bare facts, like you're a reporter. My boss criticized my report. Okay. Step 2, what's the story? He thinks I'm incompetent. Then you challenge it. Is there any other possible story? Well, maybe he's just stressed, or maybe he's actually trying to help me get better. See how that process creates space? It stops that emotional spiral and puts you back in the driver's seat. And this is the ultimate reward. It stops being about being right all the time. It starts being about being free. The moment you truly accept that your view is just that, of you, not the view, a sense of calm and wisdom just settles over you. You become so much harder to upset, and you unlock this profound level of emotional freedom. So the final thought is this: the world isn't the prison. That difficult situation isn't the prison. The prison is locking yourself inside your own story and believing it's the only one that could ever be told. But the key, it's right there in your pocket.